A shout out to Ge Holla and
Hey, GeHolla, G.Holla.
Ge Holla. Shout me to God here, man.
All y'all said entertainer. Shout out my guy Ge Holla of MycelebrityLife.
So yeah, I had some questions, that I was wanting to ask you. I see, you got started at such a really, really young age, and I wanted to know, like, what was your experience with getting signed at like 16, like, and being signed to, a label with Suge Knight? How was that?
It's an experience that I really can't put into, a sentence, because as I said, I'm a church boy that come from the west side of Chicago, born and raised. When my mama had food stamps when they were in the books.
Yeah, I remember that.
And to be able to go to California and I could almost remember the trip of the flight on my way to California for the first time. That in itself, it felt like a movie, because a lot of people, even in my mother's generation, hadn't went to the West Coast, or had taken such a big risk or a jump at the age that I did. So to be able at 15, 16 years old to hang around Snoop Dogg and watch them build the empire of Death Row. Wow. You know what I mean? So I watched the bricks being loaded in, and the foundation. I didn't get an opportunity to be there while the foundation was down, but I seen it build up more and more. And I think of that more than I do school. I think that was Death Row University for me, just to be able to intake all of that.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Now, I know you said you were in the church. Was there anyone in the home that inspired you? Or like, where did you like grab, this musical talent from? What led you in that direction?
So my family comes from a musical family. I have a, musical family. Everybody in the family, either, I'm not going to say everybody in the family sang, but my mother was a singer at one point. When she was pregnant with me, she had 7 strokes. And
mine too.
Yeah, really. Oh wow. And it left her with the speech impediment.
As well.
Oh wow. Yeah, and it left my mom with the speech impediment, so she was no longer able to sing. And my aunts, a few of them sang, and then their cousins sing. So it was in my family. And I just think that, as I tell the story about my mom, I just think that it was definitely in God's plan for me to be able to carry the sound that I could just imagine that, I've only heard stories of the songs that my mother sung, but for me to be able to carry that is really big to me.
Okay. Now, with you starting at such a young age, I was watching a documentary of Whitney Houston a couple of weeks ago, and where one of her childhood friends, they were saying that, Whitney was just so laid back and cool, and that she didn't find out how big of a star she was turning out to be until she went into a grocery store and saw that she was on 17 magazine. Whitney was just like, oh, okay, this, I'm just on the magazine. How was it with you, telling your friends at a young age like that, like, yo, Death Row just signed me, did you like scream it from the rooftops, or how did that all work?
Absolutely. Well, Murder Was a Case was my first record to ever be released or to be a part of. And to be able to have a song on that compilation, The Murder Was a Case, I definitely called back and sent back different marketing pieces. And when I see posters going up and billboards going up, and as I explained it today, even with the record that I have of the single that I have today, I feel like I'm 16 all over again, because, I get an opportunity to, like, as you said, to call my family, be like, oh my God, this radio station added the song, they playing it. And every time you hear something that you've worked on the radio for the first time, and I can't just say the first time, every time I hear the song on the radio that I've put my hard work into, when I hear it on the radio, I appreciate it even more each time.